I get this question a lot. What even is PartTime Gods? Hey everybody, welcome back to Third Eye Games. I'm Eloy, the owner of the company, and I'm here to talk about the latest game that we've created, which is PartTime Gods 2nd Edition. This is going to be the first in a series of videos to give you a deeper look into PartTime Gods. Today's video, I kind of want to talk about its origins and a little bit about who you are as you play PartTime Gods. So the funny thing about this is that PartTime Gods was supposed to be my very first game I was going to design, but I just couldn't get the mechanics of how I wanted the divine powers to work. So I put it on the back burner. It ended up being my third game, being released originally in 2011 in its first edition. The very first edition, I wrote the entire thing, and it was a little bit of a mess. The second edition, though, that is newly out, in hardcover, in PDF, it is such an amazing game. It has a really amazing team that took my original concepts and a lot of my brand new ones that I created for the second edition and took them to a whole other level. Second edition is so good, y'all. But what is PartTime Gods? Well, in PartTime Gods, you play a regular person, be it a postman, be it a lawyer, be it a politician, be it somebody who works as a fry cook, who suddenly becomes a god. But of course, being a god does not pay the bills. I mean, I guess unless you're the god of money. The entire game centers around balancing the human aspect of the character and also pursuing the divine aspect of this character, merging the two sides into a single cohesive concept. And the game is constantly tugging at the player to pursue both sides. You'll have personal goals, you'll have group goals, you'll have overarching world-ending goals, and all of them will be taking place all at the same time. This is the beauty of PartTime Gods, especially in 2nd edition. A lot of it is about time management. Now, of course, how did you become a god is a big question that I get. Well, back in the day, there was this thing called the Source. It was an entity made entirely of energy, and it was found by the first humans. And it lent its power to these first humans, who then became gods. Of course, as the gods became greedier, they wanted the power of the Source to themselves. So they locked it away and started to siphon off its power. Then the God Wars started, and as they started to see that the Source was holding back some of its power, they learned that they could die, and the God Wars ended the day that a mortal killed a god. Now, of course, gods today are a mere shadow of what they used to be. In terms of power scale, a starting character in PartTime Gods is probably around demigod power. However, it's very easy to build your character up and become a super powerful god. A lot of the inspirations for this game come from other literary works, such as American Gods, Dead Like Me, even the comic book Thor. And it's all about what it's like to be a god, confronted with god things, but still have to deal with your humanity on a base level. And I'm not going to go too deep into it right now, but one of the very coolest things about the system is that you can be the god of anything. Unlike other games where they make you pick a pre-selected thing, I'm a god of fire, I'm the god of war, and you get these abilities. Instead, it has a Mad Libby type system. You can be the god of fill in the blank, and that's one of the best things about PartTime Gods. The system supports just about any god and has tons of guidelines on how to select just the right dominion for you to rule. Will you go with something that fits your character completely, such as being a plumber who's the god of water? Or will you pick something that is completely diametric to your character, such as a surgeon who becomes the god of filth? One presents the type of story where you're pursuing a certain goal to be the best at that thing, whereas the other one is more of a fighting with yourself and your destiny sort of situation. Both are very compelling, and I've played with groups that mix and match those very well. PartTime Gods 2nd Edition, I believe, is my magnum opus. It is the best game that I have ever designed, from beginning to end, and I want to thank my team who helped me do that. But on the whole, if you have the chance to play PartTime Gods 2nd Edition, take it. If you have the chance to buy PartTime Gods 2nd Edition, and of course I will throw links down in the description, go pick it up. There's also a free quick start preview that comes with characters and a sample adventure, so if you want to try that out first before purchasing, definitely do that. But I think you're going to come back because it is an amazing game. Obviously, let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. If you already are playing PartTime Gods, Tell me about your character. Who is your character? What is their occupation? What are they the god of? Let me know that down in the comments. I'm really, really interested. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we're going to be releasing regular videos going forward. And otherwise, thank you for coming to Third Eye Games, opening your third eye to gaming.